The rain tapped softly against the wide glass windows of Aurora Enterprises, each droplet echoing through the vast silence of the top floor. Elena Hart, the CEO everyone feared yet secretly admired, sat behind her desk, her sharp eyes scanning the screen while her mind wandered elsewhere. Her assistant, Arya Lane, stood a few feet away, arranging files with quiet precision. She moved like poetry, fluid, graceful, almost too delicate for the corporate jungle. Elena watched her reflection in the glass, unable to explain the fascination. Arya had been with her for 6 months, efficient, disciplined, intuitive. She always knew when Elena needed coffee, silence, or company. But lately, Elena had started noticing other things, the way Arya's eyes lingered a second longer, how her laughter softened the room, how her perfume seemed to follow her like a whisper. And that whisper had started haunting Elena's nights. Tonight, the building was empty except for them. The lights dimmed to a soft amber glow. Elena leaned back on the couch in her office, exhaustion clouding her mind. Arya approached quietly, setting down a cup of tea. "You should rest, ma'am," she said softly. "You've been at this since morning." Elena smirked faintly. "Are you ordering your boss to sleep now?" Arya smiled, that rare, dimpled smile that disarmed her. "Just suggesting. You look tired." As Arya turned to leave, Elena spoke without thinking. "Stay a bit. It's too quiet when you go." Arya hesitated. "Just for a while then." The silence between them grew heavier, almost alive. Arya sat on the edge of the couch, her shoulder inches away. The scent of her perfume, jasmine and something warm, filled Elena's senses. Her eyelids fluttered shut, but not entirely. She wanted to know. Did Arya ever look at her the way she sometimes looked at Arya, with that strange ache in her chest? So she let her body go still, her breathing slow and rhythmic. She pretended to sleep. Arya sat still for a long moment, unsure if Elena was truly asleep. The woman looked softer like this, her face free from its usual armor of authority. Arya's heart tightened. She'd spent months trying to suppress the way her boss affected her. Elena Hart was untouchable, elegant, commanding, a storm in silk. And Arya, a mere assistant, knew her boundaries. But tonight, with the world quiet and Elena's breathing slow beside her, those boundaries blurred. She leaned in slightly, brushing a stray lock of hair from Elena's face. Her fingers trembled. "You work too hard," she whispered. Elena heard every word. Her pulse quickened, but she didn't move. She wanted to see what Arya would do next. Arya's gaze softened. She hesitated, then did something that sent a shiver through the air. She traced her fingertips lightly along Elena's jaw. It wasn't bold, but it was intimate enough to make Elena's heart race. "Why do you make it so hard to forget you?" Arya murmured. Elena almost broke her act right then. But she stayed still, breath shallow, every nerve burning. After a moment, Arya sighed and stood, clearly ashamed of her own impulse. But before she turned away, she bent down, and pressed the gentlest kiss on Elena's forehead. Elena's stomach flipped. When Arya stepped back, Elena slowly stirred, pretending to wake up. "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to," Arya stammered, stepping back quickly. Elena sat up, her eyes unreadable. "You didn't mean to what?" Arya's cheeks flushed crimson. "Nothing, ma'am." "You were sleeping, Anne." Elena's tone was soft but sharp. "Were you watching me, Arya?" Arya froze. "No, I mean, yes, not like that." Elena stood, her gaze locked on her. "Come here." Arya hesitated, then obeyed. Elena tilted her head, a faint smirk curving her lips. "You think I don't notice how you look at me?" Aria's breath hitched. I'm sorry if I crossed a line. Elena's voice dropped to a whisper. Maybe I wanted you to. The air thickened between them. Aria stood frozen, her pulse hammering in her ears. Elena's eyes held her, unreadable yet magnetic. I should go, Aria murmured, stepping back. But Elena caught her wrist, gently, yet firmly enough to stop her. No, she said. You started something. Don't run from it. Aria turned toward her, heart pounding. I didn't mean to. You did, Elena interrupted softly. And so did I. For a long moment, neither spoke. The rain outside grew heavier, as if echoing their silence. Then Elena stepped closer. Tell me, Aria. Was that a test for you, or for me? Aria blinked. What do you mean? Elena's lips curved into a half-smile. Maybe I wasn't asleep at all. Realization dawned slowly, her expression changing from shock to disbelief. You were awake? Elena nodded slightly. I wanted to know what you do. Aria exhaled sharply, half embarrassed, half angry. That's cruel. Elena took another step forward. Maybe. But I had to know if the way you look at me meant something, or if I was imagining it. Aria's voice was barely above a whisper. And what did you find out? Elena's gaze softened. That I'm not the only one pretending not to feel. The air between them vibrated, tension, desire, fear, all at once. Elena reached out, brushing a strand of hair behind Aria's ear. The touch was electric. Aria's breath caught, and she didn't pull away. Their eyes met, and stayed. For a moment, the world narrowed to that single heartbeat between them. Elena's hand lingered near Aria's face, not touching any more, but close enough for Aria to feel the warmth. The moment stretched, fragile as glass. I shouldn't be here, Aria whispered, though her body didn't move. Then why are you still standing there? Elena's voice was velvet, low and deliberate. Aria looked away. Because walking away feels worse than breaking the rules. Elena's breath caught. She admired that honesty, that vulnerability that so few people dared to show her. In the world of business and ambition, Aria was a quiet rebellion, something real. The thunder outside cracked like a warning. Elena took a step closer, close enough that Aria could smell the faint citrus perfume on her neck. Do you have any idea what you do to me when you look at me like that? Elena murmured. Aria's lips parted, her voice trembling. Probably the same thing you do to me every day, ma'am. Elena's composure faltered, the title ma'am suddenly sounding too distant. Don't call me that, she said softly. Aria's eyes lifted. Then what should I call you? Elena. The name felt like a secret between them. For a heartbeat, they stood caught between danger and desire, until Elena finally stepped back, the CEO mask slipping back into place. I crossed a line tonight, she said, voice steadier than she felt. You deserve more than being tested. Aria shook her head. And you deserve more than pretending to be untouchable. Elena's eyes softened again, the faintest smile tugging her lips. You always know how to disarm me. I'm your assistant. It's my job. No, Elena said quietly. You make me forget I'm supposed to be in control. Aria hesitated, then whispered, maybe that's not such a bad thing. The power shifted between them, subtly, beautifully. Neither was the boss now. They were two women standing on the edge of something dangerous and irresistible. When Aria finally left that night, her fingertips brushed Elena's hand, an unspoken promise that the story wasn't over. The next few days were torture. Meetings blurred, deadlines slipped, and Elena couldn't focus. Every time Arya entered her office, the air changed. They spoke professionally, but their eyes betrayed them. On the third evening, after everyone had gone home, Elena called her in again. "Close the door," she said. Arya obeyed, pulse quickening. Elena leaned against her desk, arms crossed. "We can't keep pretending nothing happened." Arya nodded slowly. "Then let's stop pretending." The room fell silent again, that same electric quiet. Elena took a deep breath. "Do you know what scared me most that night?" Arya tilted her head. "That I'd touch you?" Elena shook her head. "That I'd want you to." Arya's composure broke, a small, trembling smile, tender and real. "You're not as hard to read as you think, Elena." Elena laughed softly. "You've always seen too much." "And you've always hidden too much," Arya countered. That truth hung between them. Then, slowly, Arya walked closer. "You test people because you don't trust easily. But you don't have to test me." Elena looked into her eyes, warm, steady, fearless. "You're sure you want this?" Arya nodded. "I've wanted this for a long time." Elena's defenses finally broke. She reached out, tracing Arya's cheek with her thumb, her voice barely audible. "Then no more pretending." Their foreheads touched, breaths mingling, the world outside fading into silence. It wasn't a kiss yet, just an almost, an ache shared between two hearts that had waited too long. The night was quiet again, rain returning like a familiar song. Elena stood by the window, her reflection merging with the city lights. Arya approached from behind, hesitant yet sure. "You're thinking again," Arya murmured. "Always," Elena admitted. "About how dangerous this could be. About what people would say if they knew." Arya stepped closer. "Let them talk. You've built empires, Elena. Surely, you can survive falling in love." Elena turned, startled by the rawness in her tone. "Is that what this is?" Arya's gaze held steady. "It's not an office crush anymore." Elena studied her, heart hammering. "You're bold tonight. I learned from the best." That made Elena smile, the rare, genuine kind. "You make me forget the world, Arya." "Good," Arya whispered. "Then stop thinking." This time, when Elena leaned in, there was no hesitation. Their lips met softly, a kiss full of everything they'd held back, the longing, the fear, the quiet devotion. It was slow, warm, and tremblingly real. When they finally pulled apart, Elena whispered, "You've left me stunned, Arya Lane." Arya smiled against her lips. "You faked sleep to test me, Elena Hart. But I think you were testing your own heart." Elena chuckled, eyes glowing. "And what's the result?" Arya's fingers intertwined with hers. "You failed the test, completely." Elena laughed quietly, leaning in again. "Good." Outside, the storm calmed. Inside, the silence was different, not tense anymore, but tender. Two women, once bound by hierarchy, now bound by something far deeper. In the quiet hum of the city, Elena finally allowed herself to rest, not pretending this time, but truly, finally, at peace. And when Arya brushed her hair back and kissed her again, it wasn't a test, nor temptation. It was the start of something real.